Welcome, everybody, to the Leaders Leading Leaders podcast. Hey, everyone. John here. I wanted to ask you a question. Where are you going? Now, that question doesn't mean where you going for dinner tonight, where you going, for vacation this year. As frontline leaders, we need to be able to articulate where we are going. And today I wanted to jump on and help guide that conversation. So we all have mission, vision, and values in our organization. Any good organization establishes those right up front. Our mission is always going to be the day-to-day that we're going to tackle or accomplish to be able to get to that vision, right? The vision is that North Star. We're always trying to get there through meeting the mission. And then our values are the foundation of the organization. So that's our culture. What values do we as an organization exhibit, operationalize, and live every single day? But that doesn't answer the question where you're going. As frontline leaders, our teams look to us to provide that direction. And it's easier for people to get behind you and to support you if they know where the destination is. So it's important for us as leaders to be able to articulate that. And I'm talking about in our own words. This should not be just a one-time a year performance discussion or whenever those plans are populated or we have our yearly annual reviews. Whatever that looks like in your organization, it shouldn't just be occurring one time a year. And I'll tell you why. People should understand when they show up to work what they are working for and what they are working towards. And as frontline leaders, we need to be able to communicate that to them. So, of course, every organization, as I mentioned earlier, has a bigger mission and vision. But how does your particular team fit into that mission and vision? And this is the part of the question, where you are going. Are you part of the finance piece to that mission and vision? Are you part of the training piece, the human resources piece, the data analytics, the IT solution to get to that mission and vision of the organization? You have to decide that as a frontline leader, and then you have to be able to articulate it. And I will tell you what, when employees understand how their work ties into the larger mission and vision, and you help them do that, it creates more employee engagement, and it will create more satisfied employees. Where people, just think, you as you set out for a vacation and you get in the car, you got a full tank of gas, you got a whole bag of snacks in the back, you have, 2 or 3 kids that are in the back, and you start on down the interstate, but you don't have a destination. You're just going. You're just driving 70 miles an hour or whatever the speed limit is, and you're looking out that front window and you're going. 5 minutes into the trip, your kids ask, "Are we there yet? Where are we going, Dad?" Can you answer that question? That's exactly what your employees feel like as being a passenger in a car when you don't have a destination. And that's why you need to be able to answer that question, where you are going. So 3 things I wanted to talk about. 1, I mentioned earlier, it doesn't need to be a once-in-a-year conversation. This needs to be something that every single task, every single activity, and I'm even talking about the day-to-day stuff, how you see that as a frontline leader tying in to the overall mission and vision. Again, where are you going? How does pulling reports on a day-to-day basis get to where you are going? How does training people get to where you're going? How does budget get to where you're going? Whatever you're the leader of, and if you're a small business owner, you got it all. You have it all under your umbrella, so you should be able to articulate where you see your company, where your business. You may even have 1 employee, but you should still be able to tell that one person where you are going. And it shouldn't be once a year. It should be a constant conversation that you are having with your team to let them know the importance of their work and how it ties into where you are going. Number 2, this is bigger than a sign on the wall. Every organization, as I mentioned earlier, has a mission and vision. They probably have it plastered on the wall somewhere in the executive's office or on the bottom of a website somewhere or on the top of a website, hopefully, where it's visible to employees. But where you are going is bigger than that. It is bigger than that. I always go back to the NASA story when they were walking around NASA, and we were in the thick of the race to get to the moon, and the shuttle program was running 100 miles an hour, right? And I'm wearing my Artemis hat today because it reminds me of the importance of telling people where we are going. But they were going around asking employees of NASA, and they ran across a janitor, and they asked that janitor what he was doing and how that, meant, how it contributed to meeting the mission of NASA. And he says, what I do is helping somebody get put on the moon. So think about it. If you went to your organization and you asked any one of your employees what they were doing and how it tied into the mission, would they be able to answer it? So where we are going is bigger than what is on the wall of the organization. Number 2, in order for us, this goes back to the car example, to be able to tell people where we are going allows others to know when we get there. When we get there. And that is so important because in life, if you never get to where you're going, what does that cause? For me, it would cause frustration. It would cause anxiety. It would cause the fear of the unknowing. Again, what I'm doing, we should be able to accomplish something. So as leaders, we need to be able to tell people where we are going so that way they know when we get there. And then we celebrate that success, right? We look back at all the hard work that was put into whatever we were doing in order to get there, and we celebrate. And we tell them thank you, and we appreciate them, and we document lessons learned so the next time that we're going, we're more efficient. So again, be able to, as frontline leaders, to answer the fundamental question, where are you going? And be sure to put it in your own words. Make sure that you're letting the team know you're answering any questions. You're clearing that muddy water if there are any questions around where you're going and how their work ties into getting there. And I promise you it's going to make a more productive workforce. They're going to be more engaged. And when a problem or a challenge does come up, they're going to be more likely to come to you with the information so that way you can, resolve it, get those barriers out of the way as frontline leaders, right? We remove barriers constantly for our team to be able to do and be successful in what they do. I hope this helps somebody today. Go be great. We'll talk to everybody later. Bye-bye. If you enjoy what you're hearing, please hit the like and subscribe button. It helps us get others to where they're going.